Mr. Fazio.
Thank you. These are serious times. The nation is on orange alert. All Americans are urged to buy duct tape, plastic sheeting, and other things to create safe havens in their home. That's because of the threat of Al-Qaeda and terrorist networks. Now, the head of Al-Qaeda, Osama bin Laden, remember him, wanted dead or alive? The president hasn't mentioned his name in about 12 months because he is still very much alive and leading and reorganizing and re-energizing his network, which is the greatest threat to the physical security of the United States. He did a one-hour broadcast or rant against the United States, which was broadcast on Al Jazeera today. He's still alive and well, probably under the protection of the security services in a part of Pakistan where both the Taliban and Al-Qaeda have free rein and are organizing further attacks against Afghanistan, which is not yet stabilized, and against the United States and its allies around the world, and probably against the government of Pakistan. Should they be able to take over Pakistan, they would instantly possess nuclear weapons. Sounds like a problem. But, you know, we have others. We have Kim Jong-il, a psychopathic dictator running North Korea, who has threatened to launch a preemptive nuclear strike against the United States of America, and he has nuclear weapons, and he has intermediate range missiles. He can hit Japan and other countries. He has not yet the capability of hitting the United States, but he also gets 25% of his income for his country by selling weapons of mass destruction and sophisticated technology to terrorists. Seems like a pretty big threat. So what's the response of the Bush administration? Attack Saddam Hussein, who doesn't possess nuclear weapons, has a few hidden short-range missiles that don't work very well. Yeah, he's probably hiding some anthrax or some chemical weapons. He hid them before. And we sent in the inspectors, and we persisted over 4.5 years, and guess what? We found them, and we destroyed them without the destabilization of that entire region after the first war in the Gulf. We could do that again. We could have enhanced inspections. We could move forward and begin to deal with these other threats, these very real threats. The administration keeps telling us blithely, just sort of an offhand comment, don't worry, we can multitask. We can take care of Kim Jong-il and his nuclear weapons through diplomacy, somehow, but not the Middle East. And yeah, we'll get around to Osama bin Laden, dead or alive, later. Yeah, it's serious. He's in Pakistan. He's making broadcasts. He's organizing, and they are the greatest threat to the United States of America and its citizens. But we don't have time for them right now because we want to go after this little tin pot dictator who's terrorizing his own people and is surrounded in a box in his country in the Middle East with inspectors on the ground and about to have planes flying overhead. Plus the U.S., of course, controls a significant amount of his airspace now. But the response of the administration is that's our highest priority. I fear that this administration has misplaced priorities that are not going to provide the protection that our country warrants. And I know that their priorities are totally misplaced in terms of the economy. I just met yesterday with a group of dislocated workers in my district who are getting retrained, trying desperately to find work. We have the highest unemployment rate in the nation. And yet the economists and other pundits tell us, well, the clouds of war, the high oil prices and all that, you can't expect the economy to recover right now. Well, how about if we chose a different path and revitalized our economy and invested there and put people back to work? That's the greatest threat to the security of the people in my district. And then dealt with the real threats to our security, like Osama bin Laden, dead or alive. It's about time the president delivered on that promise. It's been almost 2 years. And how about Kim Jong-il and his nuclear weapons? Let's get to the real threats. Let's deal reasonably with the problems in the Middle East, but let's not exaggerate them and say that he is the greatest threat, because our intelligence services and all the foreign intelligence services tell us that's just not true. We've got him contained, we've got him where we want him, and we can take the time to find and disarm his weapons. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The gentleman from Georgia, Mr.